Hey folks! Big news in the diplomatic world today. The leaders of the United States and Russia had an important conversation this week. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke over 2 hours about various issues, including the ongoing war in Ukraine, global security, peace in the Middle East, and even hockey. The call was the longest between the two countries' leaders in years. It allowed both sides to focus on improving US-Russia relations, which have been at their lowest point since the Cold War. Russian media praised the conversation, calling it a step toward equality between the two world powers. Even though the call was framed as a step toward peace in Ukraine, a ceasefire still seems unlikely. Putin agreed to stop attacking Ukraine's energy infrastructure, but tied any long-term peace deal to tough conditions. He demanded that Ukraine stop receiving weapons from Western countries, halt military efforts, and withdraw from 4 regions Russia claims. Ukraine and its allies reject these terms. Right now, Russian forces are in control on the battlefield. Ukraine is struggling to hold on to the Kursk region, where its soldiers have been fighting since August 2024. Putin claims that Ukrainian troops in Kursk surrounded, although Ukraine denies this. Ukrainian officials fear Russia could also attack the nearby Sumy region. During the call, Putin steered the discussion away from Ukraine and toward broader global issues. The White House reported that the two leaders talked about preventing future conflicts in the Middle East and limiting the spread of dangerous weapons. Trump and Putin also discussed the possibility of better US-Russian economic relations if peace is achieved. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff praised both leaders, saying the call showed progress toward peace. Kremlin officials emphasized that Putin and Trump trust each other and plan to gradually improve relations between their countries. Not everyone is happy about these talks. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that any peace negotiations without Ukraine's involvement would not be productive. Trump later called Zelensky to discuss Ukraine's concerns, but some experts believe Ukraine is being sidelined in these discussions. Some analysts argue that Putin is benefiting from these conversations without making real concessions. By shifting attention away from Ukraine, he is keeping control of the situation without giving much in return. Experts worry that these discussions could weaken Ukraine's position and disrupt U.S. commitments to its European allies. Some believe that Russia wants to negotiate directly with the U.S. and exclude other countries from the decision-making process. They compare the shift in diplomacy to the 1980s, when Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev made major changes to the Soviet policies in Europe. However, they warn that today's rapid changes could have long-term consequences for international stability. While the phone call between Trump and Putin signals potential changes in US-Russia relations, it remains unclear if it will lead to actual peace in Ukraine. With Ukraine struggling on the battlefield and Russia pushing its own terms for peace, the future of the conflict remains uncertain. This call marks a significant diplomatic shift. That's all for now, folks. Stay tuned for more updates. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay in the loop. Catch you next time.